This suit fit me in X-Men 1.
Doing the costumes in X3 is monumental, and there is a huge responsibility to the first two films. You want to keep the spirit of the first two films, but the script is quite different. It's a grittier script, so to make a new contribution and change it slightly, but still keep it X-Men and in a real world, I think that was the largest challenge. The women, we decided to go a little more sexy. But in general, certain characters we all agreed worked. Even though their clothes may be different, it's the same feeling.
I love what you've done with your hair.
You too.
Well, I think particularly with Storm, the hair was the biggest decision, which we all worked on. The moment we came on the film, everyone decided to give her a more modern haircut to make her tougher but sexier at the same time. We went with a lot of black for her, which she didn't wear in the other films except for her X suit. So I think that was a pretty conscious decision, the cut of her clothes. Everything was much more fitted than she wore before.
Jean?
Jean Grey, we decided to go with a lot of color, and again, it was issues with her hair. Also, her character is so different in this movie that we had a lot of leeway to change who she was. Dark Phoenix was particularly difficult. We didn't want to go as far as the comics where she's in a catsuit. We were very careful to choose the very dark Phoenix red color. We wanted her to be very sexy, but not overly sexy. And we didn't want it to look like the usual superhero. We already have enough black leather going on in the film. We wanted it to look like clothes. The guys are pretty much the same. Even though we've made all new clothes for them, it's in the same vein. Their characters work and it's who they are. With Angel, we wanted him to be a New York Upper East Side rich boy and tried to keep that sort of preppy look, but still keep him sort of cool. Angel was very difficult to deal with because he has 3 stages of wings. You see him with prosthetic wings that we have to work around, or there are wings under clothes that are harnessed, and those were the hardest to figure out with an X-suit or with his clothes, how they stay on and you don't see them. And then there are times when he's in regular clothes with CG wings.
Nice helmet.
Keeps my face pretty.
Juggernaut was a difficult process because you're trying to do a true comic book character and you can't go too far because otherwise it's very silly. But it basically was based on concept drawings that were kind of given to us, and then we adapted their drawing so it wouldn't look silly. Again, that's a very sort of out there character. It can go too far very easily.
You talk pretty tough for a guy in a cape.
The biggest challenge was creating the world of the mutants, and what are they and who are they. Even though they're a mutant army, they're just regular people who come together as a group. So they're real clothes that we've aged, distressed, painted, recut, whatever, but we wanted to keep them looking real.
Who's the furball?
Hank McCoy, Secretary of Mutant Affairs.
Beast's clothes are really established in the comic, and mostly he wears suits. He works in Washington. I mean, building suits for the body was sort of a challenge and kind of fun, and making them look not like a costume was a challenge, that this man really wears suits.
Nice suit.
As far as X-suit, everyone had this idea that it's a really old X-suit, and he drags it out of mothballs. But we wanted a little bit of a 70s feel, and that it's too tight and too small. You know, a little bit of character for him. And he was a good sport.
Hard to believe this one's fit me.